Good morning, everybody. This is Barbara. Welcome to my channel, Jewelry Pirate. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you how to restring a stretch bracelet and the steps that you have to go through to do it correctly. I know a lot of people don't buy the stretch bracelets because they're all stretched out. Well, this is the solution to your problem. You will need a glue. You will need some stretch cord. For this particular bracelet, I'm using 0.7 millimeter, and this is by Stretch Magic. You're going to need the item that you're going to restring, okay? And you're going to also need a pair of scissors. The first thing I like to do is I like to cut the cord on the bracelet that I'm going to restring. This bracelet's already sold, but I'm just restringing this as an example for somebody, and I will stretch this out. Okay, next we're going to cut our Stretch Magic, and I like to cut double the amount just so I have enough. Put this off to the side. Now, one of the mistakes people make when they do this is they take the Stretch Magic directly off the spool and they don't do nothing with it. They just take and restring the bracelet. I like to take and I like to stretch the Stretch Magic. Okay, it's going to give you a better fit, a tightness at the end when you're finished. So I just take and I pull it and I stretch it. I leave the beads on the bracelet and I string as I go along. This way here they're in the same order and there's no mistakes. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to take and transfer all these beads. Baxter! Sorry about that. My cat is up to no good. He likes to dig his claws into my shoes and my pocketbooks when I'm not paying attention to him. He's been sitting over here next to me for the last 10 minutes, and he thinks he didn't get enough pets, love, and attention. So I don't discipline him, I just yell at him. He's a good cat, but that's one of his nasty little habits that he has. So now he's laying down. Alright, so I'm continuing to put these beads from the string onto the Stretch Magic. Now the dog is digging at the rug. What a wonderful morning. Little miss. So we just keep going on this. Like I said, doing it in the order that they were on the bracelet. And we're going to move these down now so they're closer to the end. These are lovely glass beads. I mean, really, really pretty glass beads. How you determine what size stretch cords you would use is for a couple of things. The main one is the weight of what you're putting on the cord. The second thing is how large the hole is inside of the beads. And if it's heavy, you don't want to use a 0.5. That's why I'm using a 0.7. And this is appropriate for the holes in the glass beads, although I could fit a larger one in a larger size into the little stations that are in between. The reason why you make sure that you do this is so that the bracelet's not going to have the least amount of chance for it to bust later on. That's also the reason why you're stretching out the cord beforehand too. Now the Stretch Magic comes in a few different sizes. I'm shaky today. I have the 0.5, I have a 0.7, and then I have a 1.0. And then I also have stuff that's silver. I have stuff that's gold. And then I also have some cloth covered. And I like to use that when I can, because it maintains its stretch for a long time. And if you get it, you can get that in a lot of different colors. And it's a little harder to take and hide when you finish your project. But if you're using fairly large hole beads, you shouldn't have too much of a problem. This is not a hard thing to do. It just takes time. It's a little time consuming. Getting the beads from one place to the other. Yesterday I fixed these over here. I'll show them to you after we're done with this project. If you recall, they were in a video, I think day before yesterday, and they were all stretched out. But I took a close look at them, and the beads are actually really, really super nice, and they're not plastic. So I figured they were well worth the little bit of time and effort to do them. One was bad, the other one was so-so, but I did both of them anyway, so they have a fresh stretch on them. Got 2 more beads to go. Here we go. So now we have our bracelet all strung. What did I do here? There we go, just tangled. And I try to get equal amounts on both sides. Pull this again. Now how you close this, on some of your containers of the Stretch Magic, it's not on this one. They actually show you what you have to do. You have to create a surgeon's knot. And so the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to take and cross this over and just make a knot. And you're going to pull so that you got a fair amount of tightness in the bracelet. As you're going through this, it loosens up. Now we're going to take and we're going to do our surgeon's knot. And first I'm going to start with putting the right one behind the left one. All right. And I have the left one on top. I'm going to pull this through 2 times. And now I'm going to take that and I'm going to bring that down. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to take and we're going to put the left one over the right one, and we're going to pull that through 2 times. So you can see here that I've got this twice in there, and I'm going to pull that down. Okay. And one last thing, we're just going to turn around and we're going to go from the right to the left and just do a simple knot. Grab the right and then grab the left. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a little dab of glue on this. Alright, I don't cut the string. I'm just going to put the strings out so they're apart. Okay, and there's our little knot in there. You can see how small. See if I can get that up there for you. It's a very small knot, and I'll be able to hide that inside of the bead. So we're going to take our glue, and we're going to just put a very, very, very fine drop of glue on that bead. And we're going to let it sit. This is fast drying. I like to let it sit for a little while. So we're going to put this on pause, and I'm going to come back in a couple minutes and I'm going to complete this. So this is almost ready. So while we're waiting, I'm going to show you these, how nice they came out. These are the 2 bracelets that were really all strung out really bad. These are so pretty. Here's the other one. Put them both on so you can see them. I did a red stretch cord on these, and they came out really, really nice. You can see all the marks going through these. These are really pretty bracelets. So they were definitely worth the effort. Okay, so now we're going to take and we're going to hide our stretch magic inside of the bead. And I want to get it pretty close to this bead here, and I'm going to try to get it into this bead here. I have a little bead reamer here, and I'm going to try to push this into the bead hole. Okay, it's part of the way in there now. You have to be careful when you do this because you don't want to. Maybe I'll put it into this spacer bead. You don't want to cut the cord. So once this goes in here, it'll hold. And then we're going to cut our stretch magic. And I'm not going to cut it all the way down to the end yet. Let me get rid of this. And I'm going to put a little bit of the glue again, if I can find out where exactly, there it is, on that knot and on the hole of the bead. And we'll just let that set. I'm not going to wait and show you, but we're going to let this set now for a couple of hours, and then this is basically finished. Then I will go back after it's dry completely, because this will have that knot inside of the bead, plus it'll be attached to the bead, and I will cut off the ends very close to the knot, what I can, so it'll basically be invisible. Now this is, like I said, is an easy process. It's not hard. On the internet there's plenty of descriptions. You can just type in surgeon's knot, and they'll have a lot of demonstrations. There's probably even a YouTube video on it, and there's also diagrams that you can pull up that'll show you step by step how to do it. I find that the way that I do it has worked really well for me, and so that's the reason why I continue doing it. But that's a surgeon's knot. So later on, I'm going to come back with a bag, and I have 2 bags left out of this Midwest lot, but I'm going to come back today with, I pulled both bags out, and I'm going to come back with a silver lot, and there might be a couple of gold things in there. I'm not totally positive, but pretty much it's all silver and gray. And the reason why I'm going to do this one today is that when I took them out last night, this is the bag, there was a big wad of stuff that was all tangled. And so what I did is I put everything that wasn't tangled back in the bag, and I took this great big knot, and before I went to bed last night, I untangled those few pieces, and I placed them in some plastic bags so that they won't be tangled when we go to open up this bag and cause all kinds of trouble. So look for this a little later on this afternoon. There's a few nice pieces in here. Like I said, I didn't look really super closely at everything. My main interest was just to get that great big wad of tangles out of there. And I've been very lucky with the stuff from this Goodwill that nothing has been really badly tangled. 1 piece or 2 pieces here and there, but this, because they were all small chains, there was some big knot. And I kind of enjoy taking the tangles out. It kind of keeps me busy, and I use pins and different things to do that. So, okay, so later on I will see you with that bag. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I want to remind you to please comment, like, share, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell. This way here, when I upload a new video, you will be notified. And like I said, I'm slowly working to build this channel, and there'll be some pretty big things coming in the next few weeks. So I'll keep you posted on what I'm doing. Anyway, take care all. I will see you in a couple of hours. And keep your masks on when you go out. Bye-bye.